All right. First up, we're going to look at the IGNIS.
The IGNIS 180 XT.
Yes.
So there are two variants to this. So the one that we have with us is the stick or MMA variant. There's also a stick and TIG variant. So you can DC TIG weld with this unit. But essentially what it is a portable stick and TIG welder. Good up to 180 amps, can run on 110 or 230. It's got a couple really neat features. The first is fuse protection. So you can run this up to 300 feet of extension cord. So you can set it to 16 amp, 20 amp, 15 amp breaker, and essentially you're ensuring that it won't pop the breakers. So oftentimes we'll hear of companies on site, they have one person welding, one person at the fuse box. When the welder pops the fuse, there's somebody at the box there to turn it back on. That's really expensive, time consuming, and just kind of a waste of productivity. It's good up to 180 amps. They're all manufactured in Austria, Johann's homeland, right? So you know it's good.
You know it's
right?
Good.
Yeah, you might pay a little bit more, but I mean, if you're only looking at price, you're looking at through the wrong end of the telescope, right? It's about productivity and what kind of revenue that these machines can generate for your company.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you might spend a little bit more on a Fronius. However, it's going to last you a lot longer. If you're using a stick machine, a small stick machine on the regular, and you're buying those $5,000 or $1,000 machines, you're probably going to have to replace it every year anyway. So this machine, you're going to spend a little bit more. The stick machine comes in just under $2,000. But you're going to buy a quality machine that's going to last you a long, long time. Okay, gentlemen. So let's maybe go over and have a look at the front end of that machine.
Here we have the interface of the IGNIS 180 XT. So again, this is the stick only variant. So there is a stick and TIG variant. So the big difference there between that and this one is you'll have an integrated gas solenoid as well as a TIG connector on the front here. So you can run a Fronius TIG torch with controls on the torch itself. So if you don't want to use a foot pedal, this is great for awkward position, tight spaces where you can't necessarily use a foot pedal. So on the interface here, you've got your primary welding current or amperage. So right now it's set to 115 amps. This button will click through the top scroll here. So first is your welding current. Next is your soft start or hot start. So hot start, maybe you're using a 6010, you want to go 130% of your primary weld current, you can do that. Or you're using a 7018, you want to do a nice little soft start. Johann has it set to 8%. This is for the tracking arc. So he's going to have 8% of his primary welding current to act as a little flashlight, if you will, prior to welding, show him where he needs to start, and then his weld will begin after about half second. The next here is for stick pulsing. So right now that's set up to 3 hertz. So you're gonna pulse 3 times per second. So again, nice for kind of a rippled appearance in the steel if you need a little bit faster welding. And great for out of position. So maybe you're doing an uphand or vertical up, overhead. It makes life a little bit easier. And here is what we call arc force dynamic. So this gives an extra punch when the machine senses a short circuit. It's going to give an extra punch of energy to kind of help stabilize that arc. So that's the primary interface. That's how easy it is. Again, you've got stick mode, cellulose for your 6010, and then TIG mode if you want to run TIG.
All right, thanks, Dave. That's excellent.
Usually you weld this stick with 90 amps, 80 amps, but since we use the pulsed arc, we have to go a little bit higher with the amperage because the setting is the peak current and the half value is then the base current. So the machine pulses between 3 hertz, between 120 and 60 amps, and the time distribution is 50-50 as well. Just check the power. Arc force is 25, which is okay for this. But I go with 115. Here usually we have here hot or soft start, but like Dave mentioned, we have 8% of the welding current because we use the flashlight feature that
The tracking arc.
Tracking arc is tracking arc.
Yes, the tracking
As
arc.
ET, as what is it? Papa Dan likes to say.
Banditos Den.
Banditos
Den.
Yes, not to be confused.
Very unique is with this flashlight feature as well. In the finished welding, you don't even have to take off the slag. It really ignites really very easy.
I forgot to mention that there's an anti-stick feature as well. Can you just talk about the anti-stick feature real quick?
Yeah, anti-stick. So when you start welding and you stick, then the machine detects there's a continuous short circuit, and it switches off the power after 1 second, 1.2 second. So you just have to wait, and then it's easy to take off the rod. With all the machines, the whole rod gets red. Then you take off often the stinger, and then you throw a long arc. So not with this machine anymore. So it's a very nice safety feature to have. I think it's good for everybody.
Good for everyone, yeah.
Johan is ready to strike an arc with the Ignis 180 XT. He's got some mild steel here with 3/32 rod. We have rock mount. AAA tartan is the rod that we're using, which is a fantastic rod if you're doing maintenance, repairs. It's a very rugged rod. It'll blow through rust and paint and whatever else you got to do. Johan, take her over.
Yes. Okay, I don't know if you see the tracking arc. Yeah, I have it on for 2 seconds, and this is basically to touch with the electrode the workpiece, and then you find your spot where to start. Okay. This tracking arc was made because I stopped right now here. So with the tracking arc, I can ignite on the side. We just have a couple 8 amps or 9 amps to find my position again, and can start again where the end grader was, where I stopped.
When's that kind of a useful situation to be using? Why would somebody want that?
Yeah, tracking arc was especially made for helmets. They are not auto-darkening. So because you close your helmet with the stick on the stinger, you don't see really your starting position. So you can start a little bit outside, and it's a very small arc with 8 amps. And then you have 2 seconds time to go to your starting position to hit exactly the end grader where you stopped welding. And the nice thing is you don't even have to clean in front the stick. It works to the slag as well. So
Here we go again.
yeah.
Look at that. That's neat.
It's a perfect restart. Here was the end grader. I was turning on the side, find my starting position, and start it here again. Yeah. I can just start it here to see it fast, how it works. I don't clean off the rod. Just by touching it a little bit, it starts. Take care.
Man, that's cool.
Then this on. It's almost like a high frequency ignition, so there is no sticking.
Speaking of sticking, do you want to show how that anti-stick works?
Okay. As soon as you stick, the machine detects after 1.2 seconds there was a continuous short circuit, and you see and switches off the power. You see there is nothing red. You just take off the rod and without damaging the stick as well.
So without that, normally you'd have to fight with the rod. It would be glowing red. You're fighting with it, maybe damaging the rod.
Yeah.
So this just eliminates that, makes it an easier time for whoever's welding.
It's an amazing feature, and it works at the start and during welding as well. It sticks during welding.
It's great.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the same power and just go vertically up. So the pulse, like Dave mentioned, is for vertically up welding. So it's no need to make any movements like with a straight stick arc. So we just need to go straight up, and the machine should do the magic.
So this is 1/4 inch steel, right? And you're at 115 amps, and you're pulsing at 3 hertz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the benefits from pulsing as well, you can weld thinner gauge material. So we have here 1/4, but it works great on thinner gauge as well.
All right.
I went a little bit too fast with this one, but I had the same parameters like for horizontal, and just you have to go straight up, and you get basically a decent weld.
That pulse that the Ignis has, that just freezes up the puddle a little bit better.
It gives you a very stable arc because you heat up and then you let the puddle solidify, you know. So
Yeah.
and this gives you very good control of the arc, and that's why if you use a normal stick arc, when you start, everything is cold. You have a big convex weld, and on the end everything flattened out. But with the pulse, you have a more continuous weld, so it's continuous from start to the end.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Now, as far as configurations go, there's 2 different sets that you guys sell.
So the set that we have here that we're using, as I mentioned, it's the stick only set. So that'll come with your ground clamp, your electrode holder, and then the power source, obviously, and a few different mains cables for 110, 230, and then I believe a blank with pigtails. That's how it ships. You can buy a case for it, similar to the what was the Pocket case, really durable, or we've seen people throw them in a packet, for example, or you can throw it in a backpack if you want.
Totally.
Small enough, light enough.
Cool.